Hunter and the changes that has undergone to the new expansion, for the new expansion, sorry. So, and I will start right off with the survival hunter. So, as a survival, you got baseline the Mongoose Bite, Lacerate, Raptor Strike, Hatchet Toss. You got some traps, your Interrupt, Harpoon, Carve, and Flanking Strike, and Wing Clip. You also got your Aspect of the Cheetah, which now increases your movement speed, Aspect of the Turtle, which deflects all attacks and reduces all damage you take by 30% for 8 seconds, but you cannot attack. And the Aspect of the Eagle grants you and your pet 10% increased critical strike chance on all abilities, and increase your chance to gain charges of Mongoose Bite by 100%. So it's pretty much, I believe, increase your chance to get a Mongoose Bite, so I believe this is a guarantee. What is the main spec? What is the main role of this spec, right? If you want to do a shit ton of damage, then you must keep your Mongoose Bite buff up. That's all. The more stacks you got, and it stacks up to 6, you can imagine that if you multiply 6 by 50, you get 300% more damage for the next 12 seconds. So you want to accumulate as much of this Mongoose Bite charges as possible. You got every 2 minutes the Aspect of Eagle, you get some from your pet. There is what is it? Come on. The Hunting Companion, chance to gain a stack of Mongoose Bite. Spoiler alert, the pets have been nerfed to the fucking ground. So let's see the talents, right? At level 15 you get Animal Instincts. Whenever you do Flanking Strike, there is a chance to get one of these 3 things, as you see here. Not as good though as the way of the Mok'Lothal. Raptor Strike also grants you Mok'Lothal tactics, increasing your attack power by 3% for 8 seconds, stacking up to 4 times, which is crispy good. There's also this Throwing Axis, which does a damage. Not that much to say about that right now. At level 30 you got Caltrops, replaces Tar Trap. Scatter Caltrops in an area for 15 seconds. Enemies who steps on Caltrops will take 1k bleed damage every 1 second and have 70% reduced movement speed for 6 seconds. OP. Improved Traps, reduce the cooldown of Freezing Trap by 15%, the cooldown of Explosive Trap and Tar Trap by 50. And Steel Trap, halves resist trap to the target location that mobilizes the first enemy that approaches for 30 seconds and deals 84k bleed damage over time. Other damage may break the mobilize effect. At level 45, and this goes for every other spec of the Hunter, it's exactly the same. Pot Haste, Harpoon frees you from all your impairing effects and increase your movement speed by 6%. For the others too, they don't get Harpoon, they go Disengage, so it's pretty much the same thing. Far Strider, your ability critical strikes have a 10% to reset the remaining cooldown on the Harpoon. Good. And does increase the duration of the Aspect of the Cheetah. At level 60, a Mirror of Crows, you all know what it does, right? Mortal Wounds, each time Lacerate deals damage, you have a 2% chance to gain charge of Mongoose Bite. Pretty good, we want those charges. And the Snake Hunter gives you instantly 3 charges of Mongoose Bite. This is OP also, right? But on a 1 minute cooldown. And here you got, it's a 2% chance, I know, but Lacerate is a bleed effect. So there is if someone wants to do the math, I don't think this should be, to be honest with you, Blizzard try to achieve something like, well, you know, we know this is for the single target and this is if you're doing AoE fights, okay, because you will be spreading Lacerate to each and every dude there is around. Lacerate is also on a 10-second cooldown. I don't know how this will work, but maybe they will lower the cooldown of Lacerate. But the idea is that this is going to be I believe the single target. So at level 75 got Sticky Bomb. You hurl a grenade at your target with 6 of them and explode, knocking all enemies back. You got a net, replaces wing clip. Hurls a net at the target, rooting them for 3 seconds and then reducing movement speed by 50%, lasts for 15 seconds. Camouflage, you and your pet blend into the surroundings and you gain stealth for 1 minute. While camouflage, you will be healed for 2% of your health, probably, every 1 second. Butchery. Replaces carve, strike all nearby enemies in a flurry. This is so nice. There is the grenade, the Dragon's Fire grenade, hurls a grenade at the target that explodes in flames, inflicting 55k damage over 8 seconds and reducing movement speed by 20. The volatile flames on the ground also scorch nearby enemies for 5k damage every 1 second. And the Serpent Sting targets hit by your Raptor Strike in your curve, also affected by Serpent Sting, dealing 30k nature damage over 15 seconds. Okay. Now you got the Speeding Cobra at level 100. Summons a Speeding Cobra for 30 seconds that attacks your target for 1k nature damage every 2 seconds. While the Cobra is active, you gain free focus every 1 second. Is it good? I don't know. Here you got Expert Trapper. It just increases the potential of your traps. And Aspect of the Beast. Well, this is when you do your flanking strike. If your pet is on the ferocity specialization, it will do a bleed effect. If it's on tenacity, it will reduce the damage it takes for 6 seconds, and if it's a cunning on the cunning specialization, it will reduce the movement speed by 50%. So how we engage, right? Well, you got the harpoon, you go in, mongoose bite, mongoose bite, mongoose bite. Let's get the Raptor Strike. The Aspect of Eagle. I've lost the Mongoose Bite stacks, that's okay. Let's do the trap. Refresh the Mok'Nathal tactics. And again, guys, this is not how you're supposed to play the spec, but it is more like, it's more so that you will see the abilities. So you got the, if there is multi targets, you can just do that. There is something wrong with the traps right now, I think, and maybe they're not yet implemented, I don't know, but I can just use them. You see, this is from the bleed effect from my pet. And you're just trying to regenerate your Mongoose Bite as soon as possible. Some may say that they will rather just bank it. I mean, let me just show you this thing. Instead of taking the, where is it, the mortal wounds, some may go with the, come here, you, with the Snake Hunter. Okay, let me just put it right here. So you see, baseline, I got like 3 charges of Mongoose Bite, right? I go in, lacerate up, and starting spamming Mongoose Bite, 2, 1, and I instantly get another 3. You see, I'm doing 30%, 300% more damage on my Mongoose Bite. This is pretty much okay, I think. Yeah, because you really want to bank your Mongoose Bite strikes. You really do. And keep in mind that whenever you are casting Mongoose Bite, it won't refresh the duration. So does it feel a little bit clunky playing the survival? It does, yeah, it does. But it's fun. It's here. Why won't you try it? And I don't know, but it's okay. So let's just go into the Marksman. Now, Marksman had quite nice changes, to be entirely honest with you, and it's practically one of my favorite. So let's say the Marksman talents. You got Lone Wolf, which practically is a must right now. Increase your damage by 20%, but you no longer have a pet. Steady Focus. Using Arcane Shot or Multi-Shot 3 times in a row, increase your focus regeneration. Pretty good. Also, let me just say if this thing happens with, I don't know. Oh, it happens with sidewinders too. Nice. Okay. So yeah, it happens with sidewinders too. Sorry about that. Let me just see if I can go back to Lone Wolf. Yeah. Careful aim shot, arcane shot, mark shot, mult shot. Have 20% chance increased, 20% increased critical strike chance against targets above 8% health, and those critical strikes deal an additional 30% damage over 8 seconds. So if you have seen videos that are like Marksman Hunter doing a trillion DPS at the beginning of the fight, this is why. At level 30 you go lock and load. Your ranged auto attacks have a 10% chance to trigger lock and load, causing your next 2 aim shots to cost no focus and be instant. Pretty nice. Black Arrow. Fire an arrow that does some shadow damage over 8 seconds and you summon a minion that will taunt, and you go through aim. Each successive arcane shot or aim shot fired at the same target increase the damage those shots deal to the target by 2%, stacking up to 10 times. Limit 1 target. Insane. At level 45, I just told you what the survival, it's pretty much the same thing. At level 60, explosive trap. Okay, let me just show you explosive trap, what it does. It's quite different than what you're used to now. So explosive trap, it fires an ammunition that you must reactivate it when it goes closer to the targets, so it will detonate. Just let me go a little bit far so I can show you exactly what I mean. Okay. Is it good here? Yes, it is. Okay, so you will see the ammunition going right now, and when close to the target, just pop it again, and it does the auto damage. It's not as good though. If there is a cluster of mobs, it will probably do a hell of a lot of damage. So continuing, there is Sentinel, applies 100 mark to all enemies near the target, pretty good. And Patient Sniper, which I always rock with, gain the patience of a veteran sniper, increasing your maximum focus by 30, and causing vulnerable to increase your mark shot and aim shot damage by 150%, but only lasts 6 seconds and no longer stacks. That's okay, this is one that I really prefer. At level 75, you'll know what this thing does. At level 90, you all know what this thing does. The aim shot will now also ricochet to and hit all vulnerable targets with 30% of normal damage. If there are no vulnerable targets, the damage of your next aim shot is increased by 15%. Right. And piercing shot, a powerful shot which deals up to 152k damage to the target and up to 76k physical damage to all nearby enemies between you and the target. So it's pretty much like the explosive shot, not the explosive, the power shot that we got right now in the game. So let's see how sidewinders are working. You go with sidewinders, you go the bursting shot. You see this thing, next sidewinders will apply Harn's Mark. Go. When I got Harn's Mark, I can use the mark shot. Mark shot, damage taken from mark shot, and aim shot increased by 150%. And this is how it plays. You just repeat the same cycle again and again. Shit, wrong keybind. And you got also your Barras, which does a hell of damage. And this is the nice part of being a marksman. It's just a little bit methodical, and it will also be, you have to keep track of vulnerable to do a metric shit ton of damage. That's marksman for you guys. So let me get out of combat and go to the one and only the Beastmaster. Beastmaster has been really toned down to its basic form. It's so simple to play BM, it's ridiculous to be honest. So what do we got? Like, we got Kill Command, Cobra Shot, which is no longer castable, it's an instant cast shot. You got Dire Beast, which from a talent I got, it's called Dire Frenzy. Bestial Wrath, Exhilaration, some aspects. So pretty much standard shit that all the hunters got. So let's go to the talents. At level 15 you got Big Game Hunter, increase the critical strike chance of your auto attacks Cobra Shot by 50% on targets who are above 80 health. Way of the Cobra. Cobra Shot deals 10% increased damage for every pet or guardian you have active. Nice. This goes a long way with Stampede, I guess. And Dire Beast, Dire Frenzy generates 8 additional focus. Nice. Stomp. When your Dire Beast charge in, they will stomp the ground, dealing 27 physical damage to all nearby enemies. You got Chimera Shot, which shots your primary target and another nearby target for 70k nature damage and frost damage to the other, and generates 10 focus to every target hit, for every target hit, sorry. Pretty nice. And Dire Frenzy causes your pet and replaces Dire Beast to enter a frenzy, performing a flurry of 5 attacks on the target and gaining 30% increased attack speed for 8 seconds. Stacks up to 3 times. At level 45 you know what all these things do. Level 60 you got O1 with Wild, grants Wild Call 10% chance to reset the cooldown of Dire Frenzy. Bestial Wrath, Bestial Fury, increase the damage bonus of Bestial Wrath by 20%, and Blink Strikes, you know what Blink Strikes does, is the same thing as it is right now. At level 75 you got Binding Shock, Reversing Intimidation, you all know it. At level 90 you know what those things do. At level 100 you got Stampede, you got Killer Cobra. While Bestial Wrath is active, Cobra Shot has 25% to reset the cooldown on kill command. Pretty cool. And you also got Aspect of the Beast, which is exactly the same as it is for the Survival Hunter. So let me just see if I am missing an ability, because I truly think that I'm missing an ability. Flare, Feign Death, Eagle's Eye. And you probably see there are only 2 pages of abilities. The consolidation is real. So okay, as you probably see, I've got a Spirit Pet out. The only thing that's got left is the Exotic Man and the Spirit Walk. There is the Claw, the Growl, and then she just got real, has nothing else. So we're going in, kill command, Dire Frenzy on cooldown, and you just keep repeating the cycle. While Bestial Wrath, there's a chance to activate to reduce the cooldown of my kill command, and keep kill command and Dire Frenzy on cooldown, and this is pretty much your rotation. The damage is there though, but yeah. So I have to tell you about the Aspect of the Wild, which is different from all the other hunters. Grants you and your pet 10 focus per 1 second and 10% critical strike chance on all attacks for 10 seconds. So pretty much is a nice on-demand cooldown. Guys, this is for the hunter. Pretty simple, pretty basic. Is it fun to play? Yeah, I guess, if you like this sort of stuff. But to be honest, I'd really love to play the warrior or even the priest instead of a hunter, but I'll probably rock the hunter as well. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed my video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.